is not giving MMC energy. It's always a good day when I start a new book. Hello my friends and welcome back to another bookish vlog. We will spend the next few days together reading. I have a book haul to share with you and we will just spend a few cozy days together drinking tea, coffee, talking about books. You know the drill. So if that sounds fun, prepare a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and let's spend this next few days together. We're starting this vlog with a random run at the mall because I will go there with my sister. It was her name day yesterday and I want to get her a little present. I want her to choose something that she likes and just give it to her as a present. I know that I could have bought it myself, but I would rather her choose just to make sure that she will love it. So we will go together. It is also a chance for us to hang out. You will come with us, so you're hanging out with us. We might get a coffee, I'm not sure yet. It depends on how much free time my sister has. And later on, I will be back to continue reading the book that I'm currently reading, which is, if you have watched my latest reading vlog, my reading 100 pages a day reading vlog, you already know what I'm reading, The Gilded Cage. You cannot see the cover. So I'm reading the second book in the Prison Healer series. So far, so good. I am at the start of the book, but I'm definitely enjoying it. I am already hooked. I cannot wait to see what is gonna happen. We have a lot of good characters. I really love when I love the side characters in books. I really like our main girl as well, Kiva, but I'm not that connected to her. Also, I'm not that connected to Jaren, the MMC. Hopefully by the end of this book, I will have connected to both Jaren and Kiva because I was not connecting to them in the first book either, but we will see. So this is the book that we will continue reading later today. I will grab my bag and we're off to the mall to have a fun spring day out, even though it is kind of gloomy, but maybe the sun will come out. So let's go. I am back home and it turns out that it was very sunny and it was very hot. I mean, it still is. It is pretty early. It is only 20 minutes past 1. So I got my sister a gift. She chose a cute skirt. It is a maxi one in blue. It was very cute. And I got a little top from Pull & Bear. I didn't try it on because it was so crowded, but I will try it on now and hopefully it will fit. If it doesn't, I will have to go back and return it. I wanted to try it on in store, but there were so many people I just couldn't wait. So we'll try it on now and you will tell me if it looks nice or not. So let's try it on. Alright, so this is the top if I tuck it inside my jeans. And this is what it looks like if I don't tuck it in. But then it looks kind of funny with the jeans. What do we think? Should I keep it? With this pair of jeans, I thought that it would look nice, but I don't know if it looks that nice because you can see the jean. Do you get what I mean? Maybe I'm making no sense. I like this part, but I just wanted it to be a little bit shorter. Let me see if I have any other bottoms that would look nice with this. I have this white jean skirt, but I don't know if I like it again tucked in. But if I take it out, again, I feel like it is too long to work. I don't buy clothes often, so when I get a new piece of clothing, I have to overanalyze it. And what do we think about the shorts? Does it look nice with shorts? I really do not know if I like it, so that means that I have to return it. But let me know down in the comments. Do you think I should keep it or should I return it? I'm not crazy about it. Okay, so I have been reading a little bit of The Gilded Cage. I have only read a couple more chapters. And I was thinking, why does the MMC Jaren feel like a side character? And there is a side character called Khaldan, I think. Yeah, his name is Khaldan or Kal. And he feels like he's the MMC, at least so far. I don't know, Jaren is not giving MMC energy. And I'm really not connected to him. I mean, I said that in the previous clip as well, that I'm not connected to the main characters. But I'm loving the side characters, especially Kal. I love how we are seeing more of him. He's so funny and flirty and witty. He's just a fun character. I hope that he won't turn out being, I don't know, a backstabber or something. I'm already eyeing another side character that I think that they will be a backstabber, but we will see. I'm very much at the start of a book. Right now, I feel like it is moving a bit slowly, but I've heard from other people that after 50% in the book, it picks up. The pacing picks up. So I can wait for that because at the moment, I mean, it's okay. It's not boring or anything, but not much is happening, which is also a bit normal. We cannot always have action and a ton of things happening just because it is a fantasy book. But I will read a little bit more of the book and I will soon enough head out again because my sister will have a small very casual gathering for her name day. That's why I'm wearing a very casual outfit, but I left my hoops on so I look somewhat put together. Alright my friends, I'm gonna share with you my book haul. I recently got a few new books and of course I want to share them with you. But the first book that I have here is a book that I want to unhaul. I got it from the secondhand bookstore last summer. I started it but I never really got into it and I really do not think that I will ever pick it back up. Also, it's not in a very good condition as you can tell. The pages are also a bit yellow. I think I got it only for €2. But anyways, I don't feel like reading it, so I will unhaul it. We have some little free libraries in my area that are always empty, so we'll just drop the book there. I don't think that anyone will want to read it, but you never know, maybe someone will pick it up and they might read it. Let's start with the fun part now, with the haul. The first book is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I've seen this book around online and I think I specifically saw it somewhere on Goodreads for the first time, and I'm also pretty sure that Khalilah has read this book. I'm not sure if she loved it. I think she was not crazy about it, but I might be wrong. But I love her videos. I normally get also book ideas from her videos. So here we are, The Unmaking of June Farrow. The concept of this book sounds great. I think it is about a young woman whose family, the women in her family, have this curse that they reach a certain age and they get crazy, they lose their mind. So I guess we will have some fantasy elements into this, maybe magical realism. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. That's also quite possible. And I think that she wants to figure out and solve this mystery. And I'm pretty sure we will also have a little bit of romance in here. So the book says here, blends mystery, magic, and romance in a story that spans time. Okay, that sounds great. Also, I guess we will have some back and forth in time, perhaps. But if you blend mystery, magic, and romance all in one book, that sounds like my cup of tea. So I cannot wait to read this one. Then the next book that I got is The Blood Trader. I also got at the same time The Gilded Cage, which is my current read, but I also got the third book. So this is going to be the continuation of the second book and the conclusion in this trilogy. I cannot wait to finish this trilogy. I'm still not even halfway through The Gilded Cage. So far, The Gilded Cage is moving kind of slow, but I know that it will pick up. The pace will pick up, so I cannot wait for that point. But honestly, even though this series is YA, so far I'm really liking it. So that's good. I'm so excited for this next book. I got it at the secondhand bookstore and it is A Court of Thorns and Roses. But Poppy, you are an SJM fan. You have read ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, Crescent City. Yes, I have, but I have only listened to the audiobook of the first 4 books in the ACOTAR series. And I'm counting the novella too, that's why I say 4 books. I have only read physically Silver Flames, A Court of Silver Flames, but I have never actually read the books. So when I do a reread, I will slowly start getting all the books in the series because I also want to have them in my bookshelf. So I got the first book for only €7, which is such a good price. The condition is perfect except for a little bump up here. You cannot even see it. And also the book is floppy, which is amazing. I cannot wait to do a reread. Maybe a summer reread. I am imagining me laying on the beach and reading the book, but maybe also a full reread would be fun too. We will see. But I'm very excited that I got this book. We all know Court of Thorns and Roses. We either love it or hate it, so I don't have much to say about it. And the last book is The Giver of Stars. And I got this also secondhand. And when it arrived, I have a very funny story about this one. It smelled really weird. It still smells a bit funny, but not as bad as it used to. Also, the pages are yellow, all of them. So I don't know where the person who owned this book was storing it, but it was not in a good place. Because the pages are yellow, it smells funny, so... But okay, I tried a few tricks and now it doesn't smell that bad. I disinfected it, but I cannot do something about the kind of yellow pages. Also, I don't really mind the yellow pages. I don't remember how much I got this one. I think it was only 5 euros, which is such a great price, so I'm not gonna complain, you know. So, about this book, I have never heard anything about it, but I saw the cover and I was like, this looks interesting. I read the synopsis and it really caught my attention. This book is about a young woman named Alice. I think she's living a simple, boring life in England, and she gets married to an American and she moves to America thinking that she will live, I don't know, the American dream. I live the American life, so I do it my way, I do what I like. That her life will become more interesting and more fun. But turns out that her husband is, I think, dull, and life there is not what she was hoping for. But then she meets Marjorie, a troublesome woman, the daughter of a notorious felon the town wishes to forget. And Marjorie's mission is to spread the wonder of books and reading to the poor and lost. And she needs Alice's help. So I think that together they will be giving books to the poor and the lost. And the book says, trekking alone under big open skies through wild mountain forests, Alice, Marjorie, and their fellow sisters off the trail discover freedom, friendship, and a life to call their own. So I feel like this book is going to be perfect for book lovers, and also it's going to be about friendship and women and empowering women. So this book sounds amazing. The synopsis of it sounds really good. So I'm hoping that I will enjoy it. And the plan for now is to continue reading The Gilded Cage. So we'll sit down, drink my tea, and continue The Gilded Cage. Cheers to that. It's always a good day when I start a new book. But before we talk about the book I just started today, let's talk about the book that I finished last night. I haven't picked up the camera in a few days, so I haven't updated you about The Gilded Cage at all, but I did finish it last night. I'm still unsure about my rating. I think it will be either 3.75 stars or 4 stars. The ending was not as insane as I was hoping for. The ending of the first book was definitely much more of a shock for me, because this ending, I kind of expected it, because the two characters that ended up being the villains, I was suspecting them, you know? They didn't give good energy, so I was expecting that they would be villains. I'm still not as connected to Kiva and Jaren, who are supposed to be our two main characters. I feel like I like some of our side characters more. Also, Kiva made a bunch of questionable choices throughout the book. I wanted to tell her to close her mouth and stop doing what she was doing. But hey, we cannot stop the actions of the characters. We just cannot. We just sit there and read, and we have to go with the flow. And even though Jaren is our MMC, I have said that a million times, but he feels like a lukewarm side character to me. He's a nice guy, but he's not giving main character energy. Also, I was hoping that we would see more of Nari, one of the side characters. In this book, Nari is one of the side characters that I really love. Maybe she's possibly my favorite character. At least she was my favorite favorite character in the first book. We didn't see much of her in the second book. But all in all, I was not super excited with this book. I liked it, but it was also not the most fun book I have ever read. I think that I enjoyed the first book in a similar way, but the ending brought it up to 4 stars for me. So maybe this should be a 3.75. But I'm hoping that the third book is going to be better than the second one. And you saw that this morning I started Babel. It is a gloomy, cloudy day. This morning it was also raining. So I was in a dark academia mood. And I thought it is time to start Babel. I haven't read much of it, but I am already pulled into the story. The writing seems lovely so far. There is a professor here, Professor Lovell. He's giving me the creeps. I feel bad for the little boy Robin. Maybe he's going to be our main character. I think so, because his name is mentioned here on the back, so I guess he's going to be our main character, and we will also, of course, be introduced to more characters. I have seen fan art for this book, and I think we have one more guy and a couple of girls, I'm not sure. But apparently Professor Lovell is taking Robin to London, and I guess he will take lessons. He will be taught different languages like Latin, Greek. That is exciting. Hopefully we will read some Greek words in this book. And I'm just wondering why this Professor Lovell is taking this child and offering this child an opportunity to live, pretty much. I guess he has something to gain. He's giving me the creeps. I think he's a creep, but we will see. I am only 17 pages in. What do I know? But so far the energy of the book is really good. But the plan for today is to meet up with my mom, and I have asked her to knit me a book cover, a book sleeve, because this summer I might want to take my book with me at the beach and I don't want to mess it up. So I thought that I need a book sleeve, and instead of just buying one, I thought, why not make my mother knit me one? I'm kidding. My mom loves knitting, and she got very happy and excited when I asked her to knit one for me. So we will go out today together to get some yarn. I'm thinking red. And then we will also maybe get lunch together. So that is the plan. Yarn shopping, having lunch, and then I will come back home. I will probably continue reading Babel. Alright, so I have another new book to share with you. I just received it. I got it from the secondhand bookstore again. If I find a book that I want to read at the secondhand bookstore, I am snatching it. I'm not letting the opportunity go. And the book that I've been eyeing, and I would love to read it during fall, is The Secret History of Donna Tartt. What I know about this book is that it is dark academia, and I don't need to know anything else. I love dark academia. I think we all get that. But a couple of days ago, I was looking through Goodreads. I was looking at this book on Goodreads, and you know, below the title on Goodreads where it shows the genre of the book, I think that except for dark academia, it was also saying thriller, and I don't read thrillers. I get scared too easily to read thrillers. So I'm hoping that this is not going to be too thrilling or too scary, should I say. But I actually cannot wait to read it. I don't remember how much I got it. I think €8, somewhere around €8, and the person had bought it for $13.99, and it is in a perfect condition. So that was a steal. So I have been reading Babel. And how do I know that it is pronounced Babel? I am also listening to the audiobook at the same time. One of my lovely subscribers, this bestie over here, told me that I should also listen to the audiobook, and I was like, say no more. I am getting it. I am getting the audiobook, and it has made the experience with the book so much fun. I love listening to the different accents and the voices that the voice actor is doing. It is just a lot of fun. So Robin, our main character, struggling to learn Latin and ancient Greek. It is me. I was struggling with these two languages back in school like nobody's business, especially Latin. I was not good at Latin. You get what I mean. I was not really good at these two subjects. I always loved English, which is also a language that I had to learn, right? I always loved English. Maybe because I was also consuming videos that were in English and series that were in English, movies, songs, but Latin and ancient Greek, it was such a struggle for me. And I always admired the classmates that were really good at these two subjects. But you know that Professor Lovell that I mentioned before? Yeah, I knew he was bad news. He did something during one scene and he pissed me the F off. I think he's going to be such an awful character, a villain, for sure. I don't like him. And also, not me thinking that this book was going to be just, you know, dark academia, la la la. This book talks about colonialism, sexism, racism. The messages are strong, but I will be honest, there are parts of the book while I'm reading it which are a bit slow, a bit like they're not grabbing my attention 100%. But all in all, I am so far enjoying the book. And now what I want to do is I want to refill my TBR jar, because for June I'm planning on using the TBR prompts to choose my TBR. But I want to refill my jar. I have a few prompts that I have written down on my phone. So we're gonna listen to the audiobook of Babel and we're gonna refill my TBR jar. Okay, this book has the most unique magic system I have ever read about. I used to think that One Dark Window had the most unique magic system I have ever read, but this book, Babel, takes the #1 place, hands down. The magic system is about translation and silver bars. It is just incredibly unique and fascinating. I feel like this book is getting darker and darker, and this is just a book that should be read by everyone. It is just one of the books that you should at least read once in your lifetime. It is incredible. Alright friends, it is a good few days later and I have finished reading Babel. I actually finished it a few days ago, but I never filmed my last thoughts on it, my rating. So I will give this book 4.5 stars. It was such an excellent book. The writing was great. The topics of the book were very, very strong. And I feel like this book should be read by everyone. The reason why this is not a 5-star for me was because a lot of parts were slow. Personally, they low-key felt like a lecture at some parts, but all in all the book is excellent. The message is great. I feel for our characters and I definitely get the hype, and this book does deserve all of the hype. And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you have reached this part of the video, comment down below a dove emoji, a bird emoji for the little birds that we have on the cover of this book. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye friends!